Good afternoon and welcome to Life Screenings Environmental Film Festival. We're here at Lake David Park. We are going to show environmental films. It is Eco Expo, put on by the Lake County Conservation Council. It is a big day. There's vendors outside. We're here until 3 o'clock this afternoon. We have 10 films to show, films no longer than 10 minutes long, a couple of them 1-minute films. These are all environmental films from around the world. We have a French film, a Brazilian film talking about the Amazon rainforest. We have film talking about the indigenous people who maple syrup, who harvest maple syrup. Called "It Is Time" or "It's Time." Anyway, with that said, we're going to get started. The great thing about this is my name is Banks Helfrich. I am the host and the curator. I am doing the technical aspect of it, and I'm also doing the talent aspect of it. So you'll be seeing me, you'll be hearing me, and if I flub up, no worries. I will not admit it. What is the Life Screenings Film Festival? It is a film festival that's been around for 8 years. We are virtual and we are live. We're here at the Lake David Center, and it is an event to get to know, talk to the filmmakers. Last time, actually 11 o'clock this morning, we had one of the filmmakers, Pierre, came in from Paris and talked about his film, which was fascinating. He's a friend of mine, and I've seen 7 or 8 of his short films. We might have a filmmaker coming in for this one. I hope I do have a filmmaker coming in. Anyway, with that said, let's get started with our first set of films, and enjoy.
Merci Mathilde.
Merci Mathilde. Bonjour, je m'appelle Mathilde. Si vous vous demandez ce que je fais dans cette forêt, je vais tout vous expliquer. Il y a 3 ans, après mon bac, j'avais envie de me lancer dans les sciences. Mais pour faire quoi exactement? Ce dont j'étais certaine, c'est que j'avais toujours eu une passion pour les sons. Tous les sons. Mais finalement, ce qui décida de mon avenir, ce fut un bruit étrange qui venait de la chambre de mon frère. Peut-être le passait-il à l'envers, à la recherche de messages subliminaux? Il est comme ça, mon frère. Il n'empêche, j'étais scotchée. Et si mon frère avait raison? Et s'il fallait prêter davantage attention au son? J'ai décidé de devenir acousticienne. Quand j'en parlais à mon père, mon seul confident depuis la mort de ma mère, je vais faire l'école d'acoustique. Il ne fit pas la sourde oreille. Au contraire.
Ah, c'est génial.
Il m'encouragea.
Je suis sûr que tu seras à la hauteur de tes rêves.
Je découvrais une école d'acoustique qui m'irait comme un gant. En première année, je me consacrais aux subtilités de la voix humaine. Ce que j'apprenais me fascinait. Savez-vous par exemple que si vous mettez un nouveau-né dans les bras d'un rugbyman, la voix de ces colosses gagnera 1 octave en moins de 10 secondes? Un jour, j'ai découvert un arbre généalogique. J'ai vu tous ces gens, tous ces noms qui changeaient. Depuis le XVIIIe siècle, au gré des mariages et des déménagements. S'il existe un arbre de vie, pourquoi ne pas inventer un arbre de voix? J'ai commencé par ma mère. En retrouvant sa voix, j'allais un peu retrouver la mienne.
Tous les 4. Non.
Puis, sur les réseaux sociaux, ce fut un appel à des volontaires. J'ai découvert à quel point les gens étaient en manque de la voix de leurs proches. Tous ces souvenirs qui disparaissent. Je devais tester quelque chose. Mademoiselle, des amis nous ont informés de votre projet. Mon frère et moi le trouvons très beau. Vous trouverez dans cette clé USB des souvenirs sonores de notre chère grand-mère Émilienne. Il y a un peu de tout. Choisissez ce qui vous plaira. C'était l'occasion que j'attendais depuis longtemps. Donner un écrin à toutes ces voix que des inconnus m'avaient données. Ils m'avaient donné leur confiance et leurs souvenirs. Je devais être à la hauteur.
Non, 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 t'inquiète, je serai là, ouais. Ok, trop bien, non, mais c'est vrai, ça me fait du bien de te voir, j'avoue. Je t'aime.
J'ai mis au point un petit boîtier, connecté à un arbre, qui permet à chacun de venir se recueillir et d'entendre la voix de ceux qu'ils ont aimés. Ce jour-là, Paul, qui aimait tant la voix de sa grand-mère, et Laura, à qui la vie avait volé son fils, avaient accepté de m'accompagner dans une forêt de sons. Désormais, ces arbres à souvenirs étaient à eux. Quand quelqu'un meurt, on se console toujours comme on peut. Moi, j'avais envie que l'on se console un peu mieux. Eux seuls, en se positionnant au pied d'un arbre avec mon petit boîtier à ultrasons, pouvaient réveiller la voix des morts.
Okay. It was a beautiful film. I learned so much about the Green Swamp. I didn't know it was in 4 counties. I also didn't know there was so many animals there too, so many birds. And the Green Swamp is the liquid heart of Florida. So we needed to pump water throughout Florida or replenish water,
It's the high point for the aquifer. It's the petitiometric high for the Florida aquifer.
which runs all the way down to the Everglades.
No, through all through Central Florida. So
Okay, so I know now that we have an impact of coastal land being seepage from the ocean. So
it's the counter pressure to that.
it's the counter pressure there. So if there is seepage happening, that means the pressure of the Green Swamp is deplenished. So when it's deplenished, they don't have the pressure, which means it's being infiltrated by salt water. Because I just heard that Volusia County is now wanting to go into Seminole County to pump the water from there, so they don't have to desalinate the water, which comes on their coast. So the birds, the wildlife. At the end of the film, they talked a lot about the development coming in or attempting to come in. If development does come in, what happens to the swamp? The swamp does not have a.
The Green Swamp is considered Corex. It's supposed to be protected by the state of Florida. It has that special protection as a state of natural critical area. And so there's protections and boundaries supposed to be in place, but those boundaries get chipped away at monthly from all areas around it. Unfortunately, 7 acres here, 13 acres there.
The city we're in right now has reached into the Green Swamp for some of its development historically.
Groveland has encroached upon it.
And it should be, yes. And so, and this is, I mean, we're the headwaters from Hillsborough, Pease, Ocklawaha, Withlacoochee rivers, Alafaya rivers, the rivers that actually eventually make it to our coastal areas. So what we do here certainly matters. And it is, even though it's very flat and the seepage is important going into the Floridian aquifer where we're dipping all of our straws in for drinking water. So it is it's concerning.
So it sounds like we're going to run out of water.
You got it. You got it.
I mean, if you want to get right down to the end.
Cheap, clean water, fresh water, correct.
So that's why the city of Groveland, which is where we are right now, their water bill. Anybody here from Groveland? Their water bill went up 40% just recently. So there's an issue with water is going to be more expensive because we can't find cheap, clean water. So development. What you're in Polk City, and you are an advocate for. Are you in Polk County? Polk County. So is there a demand for more water down there? I know that Polk.
Absolutely. We're feeling the, development fatigue like Lake County and all the counties in Central Florida, unfortunately.
So I love to talk about solutions. What's the solution? Less development or conservation? Igor?
I think planning our growth has a big impact, right? We need to not grow into the Green Swamp. We need to grow in those areas where there currently is growth.
So we grow around Green Swamp, but that's not going to dissolve the issue or get rid of the issue, because the issue is going to be more and more people want water, and we can only supply so many people water. So there's got to be a conservation element in it.
Yeah,
correct.
Absolutely.
I live on a sustainable farm, pretty much a sustainable farm, and I don't drill down into the aquifer for any water. I take the water from the other place, which is in the sky. This way, as long as it rains, I'm covered, and 52 inches a year is pretty much not bad. I mean, it's good. It's good for me. I do pull from the lake when the water gets low. Is that a solution?
Cisterns?
Cisterns, yeah. I mean, if we all did cisterns, that means the water would not be going down into the aquifer.
How do you clean your water? How do you filter your water?
Chlorinate and dechlorinate. So chlorinate kills bacteria, dechlorinate, carbon filter pulls out all the metals, the
Do
heavies.
you maintain that yourself?
I do maintain that myself. I mean, I have a company that comes in and cleans out the carbon filter, once a year to make sure it's clean. And reverse osmosis is the next thing for inside the house, but the water's clean enough to drink and consume. So I mean, if that's a solution, I mean, I'm looking at the dark side of it. The dark side would be the aquifers would not be replenished.
So right now in Polk County, they're drilling into the second layer of the Florida aquifer. So there's several layers. And so up on the high ridge that runs through our state, they're going down and drilling even lower because the Florida aquifer in the first level, it's pretty much depleted from drinking water usage. People doing things like, watering their lawns, and that's like 50% of the water use, unfortunately, in Polk County is lawn watering.
Right.
Increasing daily.
Right. I know that in California and Arizona, they have issues, even Colorado has issues with the water being, they have to conserve it. They have to manage it properly. So anyway, anybody have any other comments you want to say about water or no? All right.
Thank you so much for.
Let's move on. Let's move on to more films. Here we go. You all get to see the sausage being made here too, which means what I'm doing, the technical aspect of it. So here we go.
It's time. It's time for the geese to fly north, tracing ancient paths across the sky. It's time for the world to awaken from its slumber, for branches to reach out and the chill to retreat. It's time for rivers to shed their icy cloak and sing. It's time for the sparks of spring to fill the air and flames to dance freely. It's time for sap to run. It's time for drips of goodness to glow with the sun's approval, for smoke to roll gently off boiling water. It's time for golden bubbles of sweetness to pop. This is my legacy, my gift to you. I am the maple, and as I stand here before you, the winds bring change. I no longer recognize the winters of old with their crisp certainty. My sap flows with a hesitance. It's time to listen to nature's whispered warnings to ensure this delicate balance. For me to be here for you, you need to be here for me. Because I cannot speak your language, you must speak for me. It's time.
In this micro-documentary, I use color theory to deepen the viewer's connection to the Pantanal, a fragile ecosystem threatened by climate disruption. Through first-hand footage, I capture the sensory richness of this landscape. The journey to this remote place unfolded slowly, with endless dirt roads cutting through wetlands interrupted by weathered wooden bridges. In the Pantanal, the elusive jaguar remains hidden, while cars, carsows, and giant river otters offer fleeting glimpses. Amid the threat of climate change, the Pantanal's resilience and beauty stand as a testament to past generations' efforts to preserve this irreplaceable ecosystem, offering hope for the future. After days of searching, the jaguar appeared on the riverbank, silently observing, as if she'd always watched over the Guaba River. Her calm presence marked a transformative moment, contrasting with the growing fragility of her environment.
Above, the forest rests under a gray winter sky, looking picture perfect. The air is still, the trees are bare, and a quiet chill seeps into the earth. But down here, beneath the roots, it's chaos. A tiny world that's constantly busy, messy, and let's face it, a bit weird. Meet our hero, a tiny globular springtail. Barely over 1 millimeter in size, this critter is driven by a big problem. Its pantry is empty, so it bounces off, like a rubber ball with no sense of direction. Every critter down here has a job. Meet the Eurybitid mites, nature's tiniest tanks, armored and unstoppable. With thousands of species, mites come in all sorts of bizarre shapes. Some look like tiny walnuts, others like spiky battlebots, and a few are straight up otherworldly. Over here, we have a weevil, a professional snout specialist. Its nose doubles as a drill for seeds and soil. Talk about a multi-tool. Meanwhile, our springtail hero struts by, antenna twitching like tiny radar dishes, searching for snacks. Nearby, there are the larvae. They're the ultimate recyclers, wiggling and squirming their way through life's leftovers. Not glamorous, but hey, somebody's got to do it. But not all creatures here are busy helping out. Among the workers are patient hunters, waiting for their moment to strike. Meet the soil's resident villain, the predatory mite. It's sneaky, fast, hungry, and really bad news for anyone the size of our hero. It just had a snack, but it's still hungry. And guess what? Our hero's next on the menu. Our springtail is in a panic, skittering in clumsy circles as if trying to outrun its own shadow. The predatory mite closes in, every step more relentless than the last. Then, the springtail launches into the air, vanishing before the mite can make its move. After that daring escape, the landing was anything but graceful. But no time to wallow in embarrassment. With a quick twist and a wiggle, it's back on its feet, scurrying off as if nothing happened. Then, mid-stride, it stops. Because clearly, looking this good requires maintenance. Using its inflatable grooming tool, the coliform, it spruces itself up. Because even in the soil, looking sharp matters. Finally, the springtail reaches the buffet. Decaying organic matter. Delicious, if you're into that kind of thing. To the untrained eye, this underground world might look like chaos. But every crawler, driller, and jumper has a job to do. Even the predatory mite. Together they keep the forest alive. Even if some stumble around like they're on a tiny obstacle course. From the towering giants above to the smallest lives below, the forest breathes as one, thriving in perfect hidden harmony, even in the heart of winter.
Hoje é o dia fora do tempo. É o melhor projeto de manejo do mundo que a gente foi visitar.
Quando a gente fala de madeira, principalmente amazônica, o pessoal já entende que, ó, isso aí tende a não ser legal.
Qual que é o papel de cada um no uso dessa madeira de forma responsável?
E sempre tem esse receio de, da onde veio, como é que veio, estamos desmatando, é legal, não é legal? Então, nada melhor do que vir olhar com os próprios olhos o que está acontecendo aqui.
A gente foi para Itacoatiara, aproximadamente 4 horas de Manaus, beirando o rio Amazonas, para entrar numa floresta, bem no meio da floresta amazônica, e visitar a área de manejo da Mil Madeiras ou da Precious Woods.
Acho que essa viagem ela vem num momento muito importante para as discussões que a gente vem tendo no escritório.
É muito emocionante, assim, eu fiquei muito emocionado. Acho que era a última cadeia que faltava eu ver na produção de um material que eu amo e adoro especificar, que é a madeira.
O que eu achei mais interessante dessa expedição na Amazônia foi entender não apenas a prática de extração, mas o manejo.
Então a gente tem hoje a equipe de corte. Depois do corte, a gente vem para o pré-arraste. Esse é o nosso diferencial. A gente não faz a movimentação de máquina pesada em toda a extensão da floresta. E aí, para buscar essa tora lá, a gente usa um cabo de aço, 75 metros, e a gente puxa essa tora até a trilha. E por último, aqui o arraste. Então ele coleta essa tora que foi pré-arrastada pela equipe anterior e traz para o pátio de arraste.
Então, realmente ver o manejo, ver a seleção das árvores, ver a floresta depois do manejo, eu acho que isso é super importante para poder reafirmar, entender caminhos corretos e valorizar quem faz direito. Ver uma árvore cair, assim, dói. Mas pensar que se aquela árvore cair direito, todas as outras sobrevivem.
Então, a cada hectare, a gente derruba apenas 3 árvores de grande porte.
No momento em que eu tirei essa, de forma racional, com queda direcionada, puxada da forma correta, o que acontece? As outras vão dizer obrigado, porque ao mesmo tempo entra luz e sobra nutrientes para as outras.
O número que estava na árvore, ele permanece no toco, a tora recebe uma nova numeração e essa nova numeração ela chega até a serraria. E daqui só sai com DOF, agora de madeira serrada e não mais de tora, e a nota fiscal. E a gente aguarda 30 anos para retornar na mesma área para fazer de novo o mesmo processo.
Você vai pegar e vai voltar 30 anos depois, então a floresta já voltou.
E isso vocês vão ver como que a floresta amazônica se recompõe tão rápido após o manejo.
A coisa que mais me impactou positivamente foram as imagens de satélite, vendo a regeneração completa da floresta.
E aí a gente vai mais para frente. Foi
as
13 anos no mesmo lugar.
Nada melhor do que criar valor para a floresta de pé.
O impacto de se manejar sustentavelmente é muito menor do que não fazer nada.
E foi muito legal ter o contato com as pessoas daqui. Conversar com eles, entender o carinho que eles têm pela floresta. Né? No fim, eles são a floresta.
Então, eu estou trabalhando no quintal de casa com o maior cuidado do mundo e com o maior respeito do mundo.
Fauna, né? De ver que aquela floresta continua com a população lá de antas, de onças, isso é monitorado também.
Mas a hora que você entende e vê que dá para fazer direito, é uma luz no fim do túnel.
A madeira ela vem como uma solução muito boa para a construção, mas a gente tem que ter esses cuidados.
Então a gente está se perguntando como a gente pode contribuir para que seja positivo esse processo.
Essa expedição demonstrou que a gente consegue preservar o meio ambiente e consegue gerar o que a gente precisa, reduzindo os impactos ambientais.
Eu estou saindo daqui assim muito transformada.
Emocionado de ver cada passo dessa história, né? Porque nós fazemos parte dela também.
Para mim ficou muito clara essa conexão desse todo, dessa natureza e que eu faço parte disso.
back with the filmmaker. Hello, Flavio.
Thanks. How are you?
I am well. I'm well. Thank you so much. Where exactly are you right now, physically?
Now it's almost 4 p.m. in Brazil. I'm in São Paulo.
São Paulo. Now this was your film, correct?
Yes.
Hang on, I just had to stop something. This was wonderful. I mean, where did this film come from? First of all,
Come from an idea that I had with my friends, architects, that you work with wood architecture, with wood flooring, carpentry, and people when buy this wood never know better about what's the origin of this wood. You understand? And our goal was creating a narrative and tell story about this tree in the same time, and the all chain to arrive in the customer. In the people around the world talk about Amazon, but people only see by National Geographic, not from the real life. And you show the reality about in good moment. Of course, this company that I work is certificated. People will have, for example, the social issues is very careful about that. Brazil is a so complex country. Forest is Amazon is so complex.
Right. I know that. What was it, like 6 years ago? The Amazon was on fire. Everything was burning. Most of it was burning. I liked how your story told about trees, and you pick the trees to bring down. You don't.
Yes,
you don't
certainly.
And by taking the tree down, you are actually saving the other trees. So are they older trees that you take down, or are they just like, this tree is too close to this one, we're going to take it down?
It's so interesting because you can imagine the tree like a fruit. You understand? You have the timing. You have the time. This tree is okay. This is this older tree must be collected. You understand? And you take this one. Of course, his is so big, and the other ones grow up. You have more sun and rain. You call the rainforest because rain every day. And you talk about burning times for 2 years,
right?
Because there is no so much rain, and burn it too much, and people know this area where you had been, no problem with burning, because you have the balance in between the use of the forest, the researches, and the social people that live there, the rivers, everything is okay. The forest, it's only so to make a forest, not along the another things. You understand? The problem is the agriculture. The agriculture in Brazil is a big problem.
So this, you're talking about a company that goes in and just picks and chooses what trees to cut down, pulls them out, gives them to the lumber company, right? Or the
lumber company, yes.
The lumber companies, and then they socially and respectfully, sell it, and only so many trees. Now, this is a very difficult process. This is, you got to cut one tree down. You got to pull. In the movie you see, you got to pull it out. You're pulling it between trees. That is very socially conscious. very, you're thinking about the earth.
Yes, it's so intelligent method. The protocol of FSC is so intelligent, so careful with the forest,
Right?
Because you have the right side that go down. Understand? It's so interesting. It's so interesting.
And it has to go down at the right place too, right? You don't want to hit another tree. You've got to angle it. However those lumberjacks do it, they're great at it.
U.S. is a big country like Brazil. The Amazon is so big, and when you cut down only one tree, not devastation. Understand? This is only to take like a fruit, the same fruit, good fruit, in the perfect moments to take off, and putting the economy issues, economy. That's possible. You understand? Only the solution of the forest is to put the economy. People talk about sustainable. People talk about the consciousness about the forest and other things, the climate change, but only the economy, intelligent economy of distraction, correct, is the best solution. So not the only solution, of course.
Right. What were some of your challenges that you had in making the film?
You have a magical relationship between us. That everything is okay. Our relationship, we have been there in 11 people, and good friends. Everything is a complex subject. Talk about forests, about the woods. People are woods. You are working with wood. It was devastation, but the forest. Not working with good things. Let me explain that. You understand? The challenge is explain better because we need more time. Not only in 30 seconds, you cannot explain that one. That's not TikTok. You understand? You need more. This documentary, this short film is complete in 5 minutes. A synthesis. You understand?
Right, Flavio. Let me ask you this: what did you learn from making this film?
The energy of forest is incredible. The energy, take the
energy
of the tree. You understand? I connect to one tree there, and a hug. In our relationship with tree is spiritual. You understand?
Really,
is spiritual because it's the opposite of what you need, and it is incredible. This energy. I invite you to come to Brazil. I bring you to Amazon. This is incredible.
You are making me want to come to Brazil. My mind is salivating to go and have a relationship with a tree. Oh wow, I read a book maybe 30 years ago called The Celestine Prophecy, and it talks about and it's a narrative. It's just a story. It talks about the spiritual connection with trees and how there's a connection with them. But anyway, Flavio, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making the film. Thank you for sharing it. I appreciate it. Igor, do you have any questions for Flavio? No.
No.
Anyway, take care. Keep on creating beautiful stuff.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Flavio.
See you. Bye. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah. Is that Brazilian?
Yes.
Oh. Anyway, let's continue on. We are almost to the end. I think we have one more film. So enjoy.
My grandma told me about the last great flight. It was in 1896. There were 250,000 of them near Bowling Creek, Ohio. When the local hunters found about it, the colony was almost completely exterminated within a week. The corpses were loaded onto a train, but because it was overloaded, it derailed, and the corpses were thrown into a ditch running alongside the rails. Only 5,000 escaped. I've been here since 30 years. I'm alone now. George died 4 years ago. I've heard that the government pays more than $1,500 for a living pigeon, but I'd be astonished if anyone found one. I'm the last. I just spend my days here. I don't do much, you know. I Wait. That's it. I wait. But why are you filming this again?
Rivers are protected by love, by people who stood up and fought for them. Through their work, we have a template for how we can protect rivers, a guide to fighting for wild rivers.
Usually by the time a big threat comes about, once we learn about it, it can be too late. The folks that are actually looking to dam, divert, or degrade a river have invested a lot of time and energy and politics into it. So the best way to protect a river is to get ahead of that, to do it proactively.
My name is Lindsay Marlowe, and I'm the Executive Director of Friends of the Yampa. The Yampa River Awareness Project is an experiential trip in which Friends of the Yampa and American Rivers partners and invites people that need to see the Yampa and experience how special it is so that they can bring that message to their roles in whatever they do that's somehow connected to rivers. When organizations collaborate, the impact grows tenfold because we are a local nonprofit group and it helps spread the message. Because the reality is the Yampa River in the Colorado River system needs people to care beyond this basin, and ORS and American Rivers helps us expand that network.
This Yampa River Awareness Project originated in 2008. It was organized in response to a possible pump back on the Yampa that the Front Range of Colorado was looking at, building an off-channel reservoir and pumping the Yampa into it and then pumping all this water back over to the Front Range. And we talked about the David Brower fight for Echo Park Dam and how this canyon was saved. And it made tons of sense for the Friends of the Yampa to be the landing spot for this trip.
The challenges that we face are bigger than any one organization, bigger than any one state. This is a all hands effort, and I love this model. We're a national organization, American Rivers is, and Friends of the Yampa is a local watershed group, and it's such a dynamic, awesome partnership, and we're committed to each other. And ORS gives us the opportunity to make it happen. We grow our network in support of wild rivers, healthy rivers. And then their networks grow. That's how you build a movement. That's how you build a movement for river conservation.
I am the first woman speaker from the Western Slope to represent our interests down here.
Examples of people that do come on this trip are politicians, river managers, scientists, artists, journalists, etc. If they have any potential to affect change in the greater Colorado River system, any way that we can connect them to really truly understand how special the Yampa River is one step further to protecting it for the future.
We're taking folks out that have immense decision-making authority over the rivers that we work to protect, that ORS runs and brings people down. And oftentimes these folks have never experienced the river. They haven't been out for multiple days. They haven't swam in it. They haven't, eaten their meals with others next to it. It's immensely powerful.
The water you drink and use comes from, throughout the country, about 70% of all the clean drinking water in the United States comes from a river, and the rest is groundwater. The solution is not just, Southern California using less water, California using less water. It's kind of across the board. We're all in this together.
people can say, yeah, of course we want to protect the Yampa, but when they're actually on it and have a memory, a positive memory and experience, and they see the wonder that is Yampa Canyon, it means more. They're more likely to be proactive in protecting it instead of being apathetic to things that may happen that in the long run could negatively impact the river.
There's an old tradition that as we pass Tiger Wall, to make it safely through Warm Springs, you pull into the wall and you kiss the wall for good luck.
That was like, looked like you meant it with that kiss, Marty. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how you'd explain this to somebody.
I know, it's amazing.
So Warm Springs is one of those rapids where you're in calm water for quite a bit, and you come around the corner and start to hear the roar of Warm Springs, and often you're getting to it late in the day. So, you know, you've been in the sun and all of a sudden it's cold, you hear this rapid, you see the horizon line and all the water splashing behind it. And, you know, you can just feel the kind of excitement / tension in the air.
Might need to hunker down a little bit.
Not everybody can get out to these places, right? But that doesn't mean that they don't care about it. You know, Wallace Stegner, he spoke about how wild places are really important, even if we only ever go to the edge and look in. And I think that even if someone might not make it out to a place, knowing that these places are out here is really important. And having stories that are accessible in print media, in an advertisement, in a film, today on YouTube, you know, those are really important so that folks understand what's out here and what's at stake with these wild places.
The Yampa River's flows are not protected. So we feel it's super important to continue this tradition, to keep reminding people that the Yampa is this last great Western river that contributes so much to the entire Colorado River system.
Echo!
Good name.
To protect the Yampa and make sure that it is always wild, it's to prevent large reservoirs or transbasin diversions. It's to protect one of the last wild rivers in the West. And everyone needs to be a part of that. Everyone needs to be knowledgeable because we are a democracy. Votes matter. Social awareness matters, not just amongst river managers and politicians.
Long-term durable protection takes people caring for the place. And that's more than just one designation or one protection or fighting off one bad project. It's, you know, creating generations that will want to protect this. And you do that through experience. You know, people protect what they love and they love what they know. And that's what we're doing here with ORS, bringing people out and getting to know and love places like the Yampa.
If there is a threat that ever happens to the Yampa, we've got an army of folks that are connected to it through these YRAP trips, that love it, that know it, that have, you know, gotten the silt under their fingertips, and they'll fight it. They'll protect this place.
We do a lot of great things that I'm immensely proud of. But when I when I leave this trip every year, I can't help but think that this is maybe the most meaningful, powerful thing that we do.
And that does it for the Life Screenings Environmental Film Festival here at the Eco Expo in Groveland. The event today goes until 3 o'clock. So if you get a chance, come down here to Lake David in Groveland. We'd like to thank the City of Groveland for being a partnership with the Eco Expo. Also, the Lake County Conservation Council, which put this together. This is our fourth year, first time here. So we'd like to thank them too. And thank you for watching out there and who came and were guests here, asked questions, participated. Pierre and Flavio, the two filmmakers who actually were Skyped in or StreamYarded in to speak. So that does it for Live Screenings. Thank you so much again. And until next time.